Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Welcome back, my friend. This is BjjBrick. Quick. My name is Byron. This is your quick jiu-jitsu podcast. Nearly every day. Every weekday. Here we are. This week, talking about getting respect on the mat. Seems like a topic I haven't really covered. And I was thinking about this, like, okay, respect is such a interesting concept. Like, you got to beat someone, or you got to really hold your own, and that's one thing I guess we could talk about. But jiu-jitsu, it's pretty respectful already. At least it should be. So this week, I want to talk more about maybe how to stand out to your coach, make them say, "Yeah, that person's got this thing going on," or something like that. We'll cover that next week. But really, many of the martial arts are pretty respectful. And if you look at jiu-jitsu, it doesn't follow a lot of the traditional martial arts. Some people bow and just some people don't. That really doesn't mean anything to me about respect. But just how we treat each other, it should be very respectful. If I feel like I'm going to, submit you or something like that, but it's going to cause you injury, I need to respect you and not injure you. If you have a question and it's in a timely manner, like, there's one thing to be asked a barrage of questions when you're trying to do something else, or let's say you're seeing a long lost friend who's in town, or just lots of stuff are going on. Maybe coach is handling some businesses, transactions are going on, and people are visiting the gym or whatever, and you feel like your coach isn't giving you what you need. Well, you need to see it from both sides of the coin there. But the rude behavior is pretty rare in jiu-jitsu. I think we're doing pretty good. And hopefully that's the case at your gym most of the time. Now, your coach can't control everybody, and nobody wants that anyway, but there could be people who are kind of rude or disrespectful. And the biggest, like, you could say something kind of not polite or disrespectful to somebody, and that's social. But when it becomes dangerous, when you disrespect somebody's safety, that's a different deal. What are we doing here? We're breaking arms and choking people, breaking limbs, legs, whatever. If you're doing that in a disrespectful manner and not having respect for the person's safety and their right to, be a healthy person tomorrow, that's a problem. Now, I guess the thing that kind of spurred this is one of my wife's pet peeves, and it's only happened a couple of times in her training. She mostly trains with me, but outside of training with me, at a bigger gym, she has felt like a couple of the training partners have been disrespectful to her, and not in a safety way, but in a way that she's wasting their time. And that just drives her crazy. If you pair up with somebody and they're on the newer side or not able to hang with you physically, and, so you have some options, you just beat the crap out of them. That's not real productive. That doesn't help. That doesn't really prove anything. Who cares? We're training here, trying to get better at jiu-jitsu. You could help them. You could have a try to make a back and forth roll. I got paired up with a brand new person today, and during the rolling, he didn't know what side control was, so we talked about that. And then we got in the position to where he could do the technique of the day to me. And did I make him feel like he was wasting my time? Absolutely not. I hope not. We talked about stuff. We worked through some stuff, and I was being positive, encouraging. Now, when this particular person rolls with my wife, and it only rolled a couple times, I said, stop rolling with that person. But he just gave the vibe that this is a waste of time. And nobody wants to be anybody's waste of time. There's no respect there. So it goes both ways. Like clearly she had some respect for that person's grappling ability. He was very good at jiu-jitsu. But he didn't respect her as a student. And there was nothing she was going to be able to do that day, this week, or even within a year's time span to give that person a good role. And so it was a waste of his time. So maybe reflect on you. And of course, we get paired up with people who are not able to give us good roles or fun encounters, or people who you'd rather just skip that role, But don't disrespect them. They'll get better. This is part of being a team. So that was this first one here, this episode. Later we'll talk about maybe how to earn a little bit of respect, especially early on in jiu-jitsu. And hopefully that'll be a little bit more positive. I never know where these end up. I just have like a tiny note about what to talk about, and we'll see. This one I don't think was my most positive episode, but hey, I think it's important to say you need to respect your training partners, even the ones that are brand new, even the ones that are mostly kind of absorbing a role for you that you could have been rolling with somebody else, but they kind of took that from you. You need to be a team player. Guys, if you want to support the BjjBrick podcast, go to BjjBrick.com, click on the shop. There's an audiobook called Your First Year of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. The money from that book goes to support the podcast, and the audio from that book goes to support you in your jiu-jitsu. Hope you have a great day, my friend, and stay sweaty.